Hello, everyone. I've seen a lot of people who wanted enemies, like enemies in game, like a Doge, Sanche, or however the fuck you say the snake's name, whatever, as units, like playable units. I've seen a lot of people really want to, you know, play as these units, and almost nobody who asks knows how. So today I'm going to show you how to do it. It's really simple. But before we make a unit or anything, what you need to do is you need to make yourself a custom pack. Now it's simple. You just click custom pack, and then just click add. And then you see the random string of letters here? This is your pack. And what you need to do is go down to this bar right here and name this pack whatever. It doesn't really matter for organization purposes. You should name it something coherent, something you keep track of. For this though, we're just gonna name it tutorial pack. Really simple. Now what you want to do is after you do this, go back and go to enemy data. This is where every single enemy in the game is stored. All normal enemies, all enemies from collaborations, literally every single enemy you can imagine is here, which is pretty cool. Now we're just gonna do a simple unit. We're not gonna do a Doge. That's too simple. We're gonna do one horn over here. So what you want to do is you're gonna click view animation, and after you do that, you're going to click copy. Now what's that going to do is it's going to bring you to the custom animation menu. Now just scroll down. Well, you shouldn't have to scroll down. You won't have all this stuff here. But for me, I have to scroll down. Scroll down to the one horn sprite and just give it the name of one horn. It doesn't matter what you name it, but for tracking purposes, it's best to give it just the name one horn or whatever unit you're doing. And then after you do that, go all the way back, go to the custom pack area, and now click on your pack, which we named tutorial pack. And then you won't have to scroll down. You shouldn't have custom animations, but for me, I had to scroll down all the way. And then I had to click on one horn. And then once I click on him, click on the add button in the, that's for enemies. What you want to do is you have your pack selected, tutorial pack, or whatever you named it. Click custom unit. And this is going to bring you to the custom unit section. Now what you want to do is click on the one horn animation as follows here, and then click the add. And this will make a new unit. And it also has forms. We're not going to mess with extra forms because you really just want enemies as units, right? So you don't really care about the forms or whatever. So just give them the name of one horn. And then what you need to do, click edit. And it should pull up this menu here. Now this is pretty intense. It might be confusing, but don't worry. I'll go over everything. Now what you need to do is you want to import the one horn stats. Now what you do is you click enemies and you double click on the ID of the one horn, which is right here. And then you click back. It'll ask you if you want to overwrite the stats. Click OK. And this should import its health, attack. It won't import a price or whatever because enemy units don't have prices. You'd have to give it its own price. But at level 1, the unit is the unit stats. So when you go to level 50, let's say, you're going to notice that this doesn't seem right? 400,000 health for one horn. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to balance the unit. Now, if you don't care whatsoever about balancing units and you just want to play with the unit as overpowered as possible, you don't even need to touch anything here. You can literally just go back and play. But for those of you who care about balance, here comes the meat and bones of making an enemy a unit. So what first you want to do is, if the unit was a trait, if the enemy was a trait, like the one horn's a red trait, just control click on this and turn it off. Unless if you wanted to target the red trait, you don't want that. So we're going to bounce the HP here. Now what I'm thinking one horn could be is a heavy pusher tank. So I'm going to give him not too good of... You want your level 1 stats to be really low, because you expect people to use units at level 50 or whatever, right? So I'm going to give him a health of 1,500, which might not seem like much. But when you go to level 50, that's still kind of high. We're going to assume that he's... Let's say he's a super rare unit. So bounce him for like a super rare kind of, stats wise. Although if we do want him to be a tank pusher, maybe this isn't the best amount of health. So we're going to increase it just by a short amount. And there we go. That looks much better. Although we might want to increase it even more, because if he is a tank unit, we're going to want him to be able to take hits, right? Let's go. And that looks good. That looks great for a tank unit. Now, HP, obviously, that's HP. No shit. Like, I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory. Hit back is how many times the unit will get hit back. Now, the one horn only gets hit back once before dying, just like the real thing. So any stat that could be defined with enemy stuff is already here. But so we're gonna keep this the same, the speed the same, willpower. I wouldn't touch this. Don't even bother with this. Width, don't touch that. Doesn't matter. The price. Now we're gonna price this guy like a super rare unit. I'm gonna go a little bit costly, so I'd say 1,200 is good enough. But a quick note of warning: don't have stuff like, let's say you put 1,240. It's gonna lower the price to 1,239 because of certain reasons. You usually always want a 0 at the end of the price. You don't have to. It just looks nice. It'd be my personal suggestion. Range, that's defined by the enemy. Time before attack, that's defined by the enemy. To base, that's defined before with the enemy. A lot of this stuff is defined by the enemy. The range is how much range the unit has before it's able to hit something. To base is the same, except it's just how close to the base it needs to be in order to hit something. The attack, this is how much attack, or this is how much damage a unit does in a single hit. And the DPS is a damage per second. So we're going to increase this. Or we might actually have to decrease it. Let's see the DPS at 50 real quick. That is really, really powerful. That's super high. He's got area attack too. So we're actually going to decrease this by a good amount. Let's see what 350 does. And then we'll go to level 50. That seems a little bit more balanced. I personally like to do enemy stats, unit stats at level 1, and then just check 50 and then 1. It's a lot easier. At least for me. Alright, now that's all you really need to do to turn this guy into an actual usable unit. But you might want to give him abilities. Now, if the enemy unit already had abilities in the first place, they're going to be copied here. So you won't have to worry about that. And we got a bunch of abilities here. A lot of abilities here. And a bunch of abilities here. So we want this one horn to be a heavy frontliner tanker. So we should give him something that will help him stay alive. So what I'm thinking of doing is I'm going to make him strong against red. Now what strong does is, if I remember correctly, it multiplies damage by 1.5 and reduces damage taken by, I actually don't remember, but strong's a good trait for this guy. It'll help him fight against red better. Although if you play Battle Cats, you already know everything here. And I think maybe we should give him Berserker too. I think that'd be pretty cool, right? And this is the percent it needs to trigger, not the actual HP. So don't enter something bizarre like 6,000. Because that's not going to work. So when the one horn falls below 25% health, we can make his attack increase by 200%. I think that's pretty cool. And there you go. You've actually already done. You've already made the unit. Now the description line here, you don't really need to worry about this. This is just a description of your unit. It's basically cosmetic. You don't have to add one. So I'm not going to add one, but it's really simple. Here, actually, let me just add just something to show you. When you click on View Data, it shows a little description below it. Okay. Oh, we almost forgot the cooldown. That's my bad. So, what the cooldown is how long the unit takes to deploy. Well, not to deploy, but how long it will take before you can deploy him again. So, the minimum cooldown is 2 seconds, which is 60 frames, as seen here. So, what we're going to do is, we're going to give him a 15-second cooldown, just a quick 450 frames. That might be a little bit too overpowered, but I do just want to show you how to do it. I don't want to show you how to balance units. I myself aren't even like that good at it yet. So, once you do that, you just go back. And that's it. You've turned him into a playable unit. Now, let me show you how to use him, just so you know. So we're going to quickly go to just a red stage. Growing Red Expert seems like a good place to test him. So don't mind this loadout here. This loadout I have been using. We'll just add him in here. So what you need to do, click Unit Data, and then just search him up. Boom. And then just click on his ID, and it should be added here. You'll notice that he doesn't have a unit icon. I'll show you how to do that after we test him out, but for now, don't worry about that. And just click back, and start, and we just see how he works. I'm gonna speed up a little bit here just to... Alright. You'll notice that he is backwards, but the unit does work. Which is pretty cool. So we can confirm he does work. So now let's go fix those 2 issues. And then once we fix those 2 issues, the unit will be completely usable and it will look nice too. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to go back in custom animation and you're going to click the one horn. You can see that he's not proper. So what you're going to do is you're going to go into the sprite editor. Sorry, no, the model editor. Don't worry about all these settings. You don't need to worry about these. The only button you need to press is mirror. I'll just flip him around. That's literally all you need to do. And you just go back. And that's it. Although you do have to go into this area again. Maybe you shouldn't have gone back. Sorry, that's my bad. And then what we're going to want to do is we're going to take a unit picture of this dude. And I completely forgot that unit pictures are facing the right and not the left. So I'm going to quickly mirror him back. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to click this icon button right here. This is bring up these little icons. But you don't want this. This is already defined because he's an enemy. What you do want is the Uni F. This is the first form portrait. I'm just going to drag it over him. You can zoom in if you want to using the scroll wheel or the zoom option up here. So we're just going to zoom just a little bit and get in a little position where it'll look good. Click confirm, click OK, and now he's got a unit picture. And we're just going to quickly mirror him back. And that should actually be it. That should be the complete unit. So we can go back. We go test him again just to make sure he's working as expected. So we'll start at the same stage. And you can notice that he actually has a unit icon now. And there you go. That's enemy unit playable in Battle Cats Ultimate. Anyways. Now let's see if we can beat this stage. I'm actually kind of curious. Oh, and just quickly, if you want to know how to speed up or slow down, you can press the period or the comma button. Press the period button to speed up and the comma button to slow down. You can speed up to 5 times. Oh, we just lost. Ignore that. And to slow down, and you can slow down up to 5 times. Okay, we'll just try that stage again real quick. I'm just gonna speed up, and I'm gonna force deploy. And it looks like he was actually able to beat the stage. That's pretty cool. Alright, but yeah, that's how you do it. So, congratulations. You know how to turn an enemy unit into an actual unit now. I hope this tutorial has been helpful, and I hope you have a good day. Goodbye for now.